Well, hello, how you doing? My name is Waldo. Uh, Sorry for the late start tonight, but I have a tiny little terrorist living in my house. He is my son, and he likes to unplug things. So what happens is he wants to play on the VR, and so I have to undo all the changes he makes to my computer rig and my computer setup and all that fun stuff every time that he does that. And that is difficult because then it's like starting OBS all over again every single time. This time he unplugged my camera, which means that it didn't work and it wasn't there, and I couldn't figure it out. So I had to chase all the cords around to get it right back in there. I think I have some dead ports on my computer anyway, so I have to deal with that all the time. It is a pain. And now my window's slightly the wrong size, so I'm going to change it a little bit. See, a little wiggle there. All right. So anyway, now that that's settled, uh, my name is Waldo, and I am going to feel the news with you. So, any news stories you want to talk about, toss them in the chat. I will take a look, and I will give it a look. Give me your opinions. Tell me how wrong I am. Tell me how right I am. Either one is fine with me. Thank you. And so there he is, the terrorist who unplugged my camera. Oh, that's it, huh? Oh, but I fixed it. Don't worry. Get out of here. You're a terrorist. Get out of here. Well, anyway, um, so I'm going to hop over to the political Reddit and just cruise down there, check the headlines, and then we'll play a Survivor-like game. Ooh, I got a new one. So if you're here, if you're paying attention, if you're in chat, throw a hello into chat, throw anything you want into chat, and I'll react to it. If you give me, if you ask my opinion on anything, even if I don't know what it is, I'll make up an opinion. I'll just make some stuff up. It's fine. I don't mind. Uh, Anything you throw in there, I will read and react to, and maybe even make some things up. Or maybe I know about it. I don't know. You never know. Uh, let's swap over to the screen here, and then we get started on the window capture for Google Chrome. There it is. Look at that. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. All right. Where did that go? There it is. Now I can see it too. So let's see if there's any super cool new news to talk about. Trump's bond set at $200,000 in Fulton County. That sounds about right. Mm. Trump's on a social platform. He intends to surrender in Georgia Thursday. Well, that might be fun to watch. Might take a look at that on Thursday. See if there's anything cool to see or any riots, maybe. I don't know. Mm. Eastman and Cheesebro at 100K, Ray Smith at 50K, and Scott Hall at 10. Okay, fun. Let's see, anything else? What else we got? Mike Pence and Mark Meadows just ruined Trump's defense in the classified docs case. Yeah, we always knew it was a huge lie, but no surprise there. Rudy Giuliani says he has scientific proof of election fraud to exonerate him. That's a good one. I wonder what the scientific proof would be. Scientific proof. The former lawyer for Donald Trump turbocharged his baseless claims of vote rigging. Oh my God, internet. This is why nobody likes you. Mm, Rudy Giuliani on Sunday said he had new scientific evidence that 2020 election fraud actually happened and that he intended to use it to prove his innocence. There are things we didn't present then in 2020. You were in court and you didn't present the evidence. That's a bad plan, Mr. Giuliani, former lawyer. You were in evidence. You were in a court and you didn't present the evidence. That sounds like a bad plan. Because over the next couple of years, a lot of people did a lot of work and have been able to produce more witnesses, okay? And what I would call scientific evidence that is very persuasive. I have a feeling that it won't be. Believe there was sufficient ground to argue that there was a crooked election. Okay, well, they did in court, and they lost several times. Let's see if I've got the audio set here. We can listen to him say it.
Excellent question. First thing is, I don't think I'm giving anything away. At least I'll tell you my strategy. I'm going to follow Mark Meadows and file as soon as I do the arraignment. I'm going to file a motion for removal to federal court, which I would say almost virtually will be granted. So we'll be doing it in federal court, where we get an appeal right away if it doesn't get removed. And my answer is absolutely correct. We will show, because the trial is about the following. Did he believe really that there was sufficient ground to argue that there was a crooked election, or didn't he? And was he lying? Well, the fact is, I know he believed it, and I did. And
I don't think that matters. If you believe it, it's a sincerely held delusion. Doesn't matter.
Many others did. In fact, about 50% of the American people believed it.
Because you told them.
In fact, a number of judges who were in minority believed it. But we decided to get out of the courts and go to the legislature so we get these witnesses out. And the answer to the last part of the question is yes, there are things we didn't present then, because over the next couple of...
So it wasn't that you didn't present it because you hadn't invented it yet. So they invented a bunch of evidence after the fact. That's great.
Years, a lot of people did a lot of work and have been able to produce more witnesses and what I would call scientific evidence that is very persuasive.
But Alex,
a lot of people did a lot of bullshit work and created a bunch of false evidence, a bunch of alternative facts, if you will, that is very persuasive. They've got a bunch of very persuasive alternative facts that he's going to present. It's going to be great. What else we got? Booked a notorious Fulton County Jail, sure. Rudy visited Mar-a-Lago to beg Trump for help with legal fees. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Abortion is so popular, Republicans are inventing conspiracy theories to trick Americans into voting for it. That sounds like something they would do. Make up a bunch of stuff. Don't I complain about that like literally all the time? In Ohio, political ads intoned that malicious entities from out of the state were arriving to encourage sex changes for kids. In Michigan, millions of dollars went to ads that warned minors as young as 10 or 11 could be sterilized without the parents even knowing. That's nonsense. That's not real. Just making stuff up. It's great. So yeah, just making stuff up. Wow. Trump has already recorded his debate night counter-programming interview with Tucker Carlson. It won't even be live. That way they'll be able to edit it however they like. Counter-programming for the first GOP presidential debate on Wednesday night. Well, I guess what we'll do is we'll watch the Wednesday night live, and then we'll watch this pre-recorded thing later. It remains unclear how and when the interview will be published. Carlson has been releasing interviews on X, also known as Twitter. That's the name from now on. X, formerly known as Twitter. That's just the name of it. Forever. I don't know why you changed the name. Anyway, since getting Firefox, yeah. So it's already been recorded. Great. Well, that's fine because it's not like he's going to argue with the people on the stage. If he wanted to argue with the people on stage, he would be in the debate. Let's see. Far Republicans pledge to shut down government over cancerous woke policies. Oh my, that sounds serious. The GOP Freedom Caucus will do anything to hurt Biden, even destroy the U.S. economy. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good sentence right there. The GOP's Freedom Caucus will do anything to hurt Biden, even destroy the U.S. economy. Yeah, they'll wreck the entire country just to make Biden look bad. The House Freedom Caucus, which, to be fair, does not ever promote freedom in any way, shape, or form. They just picked the word because it sounds good. And they announced Monday that it will block attempts to pass a government funding bill unless its chosen policies are included. I wonder what policies they are and how hateful they are. We refuse to support any such measure that continues Democrats' bloated COVID-era spending and simultaneously fails to force Biden administration to follow the law and fulfill its most basic responsibilities. What? He's just making things up. What is that? Doesn't make any sense. That sentence doesn't mean anything. When simultaneously fails to force the Biden administration to follow the law, I don't know what they're talking about. But they live on a different planet, so it is very likely. Oh, it's about immigration. There you go. They do live on a different planet when it comes to that. The group demanded that any funding measures, including policies to rein in immigration at the southern border, address the unprecedented weaponization of the Justice Department and FBI. Immigration, even illegal immigration across the southern border, is good for us. It's fine. It's always been good for us. They just want you to be scared of somebody who can't fight back. And for the second part, the weaponization of the Justice Department is not weaponization against a political party, it's a weaponization against crime, which one political party does really, really often, and way more often than the other party. They really do. They just do. The Republicans do more crimes. They just do. And they love doing more crimes. They enjoy it. It's a fun time for them. This is like the thing that they do the most. They love doing crimes. They enjoy it. This is their hobby, is doing crimes. And what the weaponization of the weaponization of the defense of the DOJ is just the DOJ going after actual criminals. Huh. Let's see, what else did that say? End the left's cancerous woke policies in the Pentagon undermining our military's core warfighting mission. That's just nonsense. None of that happens. It's not real. They don't care. They feel like it is. So that's all that matters. Mm, it's possible though that the caucus has a different goal, tanking the economy. That wouldn't surprise me. They like tanking the economy. If it makes Biden look bad, they will gamble your future economically if it makes Biden look bad now because they do not care. Mark Meadows might have thrown Donald Trump under the bus. Is this about the documents again? Yeah, classified documents case. Yeah. Yeah, Vivek Ramaswamy wants to appease Putin. Great, super fun. Appeasement always works, right? Mm, I swear there was one about aliens that I saw earlier today. Oh, Trump makes a new false claim to support old false claim that he won Georgia. That's fun. He's making up new lies, right? He keeps telling the lie that he won in Georgia. He delivered a new false claim in support of the old false claim. Maybe this was the thing he was going to tell us about today that he canceled. I was looking forward to him explaining to me how he actually did win in 2020, but didn't bring it up. In the court cases that he had and lost. Uh, he posted on social media that despite having won Georgia in 2016, doing a fantastic job as president and earning millions more votes in 2020 than he did in 2016, but still less than Biden, and more votes than a sitting president has ever received before, still less than Biden, he had shockingly lost Georgia. All this despite winning nearby Alabama and South Carolina in record-setting landslides. Does anybody really believe I lost Georgia? Well, I think you lost Georgia. I think arithmetic thinks that you lost Georgia. But so if you win nearby states like Alabama and South Carolina, then that should count. That should bleed over. Almost counts in hand grenades, horseshoes, and the Electoral College. Yeah, he just, making more stuff up. Super fun. I swear there was one about aliens that I wanted to see. I was just cruising along this morning while working or pretending to work. When hot or new? Damn, I'm on hot. Dang it. There's one about aliens. Hmm. Oh, dang it. Should have saved it, but I didn't. Now I'm regretting it. This kind of looks familiar. There we go. So lawmakers say that the truth is out there on UFOs if they get a new committee, but only if they get a new committee. Uh, After a number of high-profile congressional hearings and disclosures on UFOs, or in the more bureaucratic, less sci-fi parlance, UAPs, a bipartisan group of lawmakers wants to take congressional investigations to Capitol Hill investigations to the Capitol Hill equivalent of the Final Frontier, a special committee. Congress was a special committee to look into UFOs. I comprehend why. I comprehend why the Congress wants to talk about UFOs. It's very exciting. Most people in Congress want to be live streamers. They don't want to make complex decisions. They don't want to think hard about uh, policy and law. They want to go in front of a camera, talk about cool stuff. That's what I want to do too. That's why I'm here. But they don't actually want to do their actual job. They just want to be live streamers. And they want to be on TV and be cool and seem like a lot of fun. So they want this committee to talk about UFOs. And in my opinion on UFOs, is pretty terrifying, honestly, if you want my opinion on the UFOs. There's a lot of reasons to keep them secret. Makes sense. But releasing that information, being the guy who puts the committee together and releases that information, will make you famous for eternity. Your entire life, you will be the most important person wherever you go. Politicians love that idea. They would love to be the one that lets out the alien thing. And the reason none of them have done it in the past, I think the people in this committee right now don't know the actual truth. What is the biggest reason to keep it quiet, to keep it secret, to not talk about it? What is the best reason that I can come up with to not release the information about aliens? And I think it is what I'm about to say. Imagine the president actually wants to let you know the truth, the absolute 100% truth. And I think that truth is the absolute truth is these things come and go as they please. We are powerless to stop them. We've tried to communicate with them. They're either incapable or unwilling to communicate with us back. There's nothing we can do. We don't know what they are. We don't know where they came from, and we are powerless to stop them. That causes a huge panic. That is scary. That is frightening. That is going to get people very upset, very angry. They don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, the government, who was, until you announce this, keeping the secret because they're powerful and important and very smart. But we now found out that they are not powerful, not smart, don't know what's going on. They're no better than you or me. They're just people. And that lowers their perceived power, I think. And that is the reason, the best reason that I can come up with, that the secret would have to be kept so that the government doesn't look powerless. And that's all of that. So that's enough news for tonight. Nothing good anyway. So what I'm going to do is play a new little game. Look at this thing. This is called Vampire No Survivors. Vampire No Survivors. It swaps the entire thing around. Instead of being a guy killing all the monsters, you're the monsters trying to kill the guys. So I'm going to put this on the screen, make sure it's up there where everybody can see it. Yeah. And feel free to chat at me anything you like. Any political questions or any links you want me to take a look at. And I'm going to get this game started. Very spoopy music. Alright, we got a whip guy coming in with a slimy mud. And I got bats. Bats. No, no gems. Bats. Bats. shoots fireballs. Yeah, sure. No, ghoul damage. That's what we need. More ghouls. We're going ghoul damage. Let's put a fake chest right here. Chest. Boost speed. Bad damage. Lock it up. High score though. All right, that's a fun little thing. All right, so we'll switch back over to the other game that I usually play on Monday nights, which is Halls of Torment. Dun dun dun. Halls of Torment. Get that started. Come on, Steam. You can do it. I believe in you. You can do it, Steam. Steam can do it. Why aren't you doing it, Steam? Double clicked on you. My son broke Steam. I don't know how he did it, but he broke Steam. So I'm going to call it off for the night. I appreciate anybody who was watching or paying attention. And I will be back on Wednesday to live stream the Republican debates. So that'll be fun. Good night. Goodbye. Have